Welcome back to TechExpress, guys. My name is Steven. I'm going to be showing you how to get started with your Wise account. So let's begin. So if you wanted to create, use, and send money directly from your Wise account, you are in the actual right place. Let's see what are the elements that we're going to be covering today. So we're going to be talking about how to set up your Wise account. We're going to be talking about navigating the Wise dashboard. We're going to be talking about the funding on your account of Wise, sending your money from one place into another one, and lastly we'll be talking about withdrawing and spending money using your Wise account. Depending on where's the country you're currently living, you might be eligible to have a debit card that is created by and for users from Wise, but it's totally depending on the country you're currently living. So with all of that being said, let's just jump into the tutorial. This application specializes in cross-border payments transfers, and it offers three main products: the Wise account, the Wise business, and the Wise platform. Three of them actually works as what we know all, which is safe when you send worldwide. The actual expectation to send money directly here into Wise is that you don't need to pay a lot for the commissions, a lot of fees to send money from one place into another one, speaking about international. So that's the reason why there's a lot of people who actually works with Wise. And personally, I use this account to send and receive money directly from one place into another part of the country. So let's just get started. The very first thing I want you to do is to click down below in the description that I'm going to be leaving you guys so you can get your free account here into Wise. You're going to be seeing something like this into your actual dashboard. You're going to be seeing creating your Wise account. So the next thing we want to do is to enter your email address in order to continue. If you don't have one, what you can do is to log in with Google account, Facebook, or Apple ID. In my case, I love to use a Google account because it is so much more faster to sign in with your Google account since all the basic information is not being signed in. So now it's going to be asking you what kind of account would you like to open today. So whether you have a personal account or you want to open a business account for freelancers, whatever, what I can totally suggest to you is to use your personal account first. After you have set it up your personal account correctly, then later on, if you wanted to, you can change to a business account or to upgrade to a freelancer account, which is the business account. So focus here, first of all, into the personal account. Now, if you know that for the very first time with your Wise account, you wanted to send and receive money international out of your country, that means out of your own country, then choose your business account. This is going to be really important because it's going to be asking you about a lot of information when it comes to the registration, which in this case, for example, is the actual country. So in this case, it's going to be asking you who or where you're currently based or your business account from. So what you want to do is to type the currently country you're actually living. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to verify all your information. And it might be taking just a few minutes to create your actual account. So let's type, for example, United States and hit into continue. Now it's going to be asking you to verify your phone number with an actual code. In this case, it will be the country code. Let's go 452. I'm going to type this option, and then what I want to do is to input my phone number and hit into send the verification code. After you have received and input the code that was given to you in your smart device, is going to be asking you to create a passcode. So here have like a quick tip and hint. Password must contain a letter and a number and be minimum of 9 characters. What I love to do when I come to create an actual new passcode that is not from any social media and stuff, I love to write those directly into Google Notes. So here I type my personal passcode. And now it's going to be asking me to fill into my business details. This is why I told you guys really important to import if you're okay with having a personal account or a business account. For example, the country you're actually currently living, the registered business name, let's say for example, TechExpress, and lastly the company name, let's say maybe nonprofit, And lastly, your taxpayer identification number. If you don't have any of this information, but you do have the very first business account, what I can totally suggest you guys is to downgrade your account as a personal account since you don't have that information yet. But if you have the intention to have a business account, you can upgrade this later on. So I can go back here into my settings and I can change from my business account into a personal account. So we have successfully created an actual Wise account. Let's focus into navigating the dashboard. So the very first thing you're going to be seeing here inside Wise is your account, your transaction, and your exchange rate. So you can edit your exchange rate depending on what is the actual money, the currency you're going to be working on. For example, let's go for edit. Let's say that I work with United States dollar and I receive British pounds every month, for example, monthly. So that means if I go into confirmed, my exchange rate from a month ago is going to be like this. We have an actual graphic of how much value does the USD have, speaking about the actual GBP, which is the British pound money. So now I'm going to focus into the left part. You can see the huge green button that says send money. You have the home section, the very first thing you see here into your account. You have the card, you have the recipients, you have the managed, and lastly you have the referral stuff. So let's go step by step. Let's go one by one. We now know how does the home actually works. Open an account, transaction, exchange rate. Let's go into the card. Usually here into the card, there's a lot of people who can order a debit card created with Wise. If your actual country is not eligible though, unfortunately you cannot order that. It doesn't matter if this is international, but so far you cannot order that yet. But what you can do with an actual debit card, if you are eligible, is to send money much more faster than usual. So for example, let's say that we are here into Mexico City. Please know that we cannot offer our services to businesses from the selected country. Really important to choose your country you're currently living. So you don't have to be discouraged if this credit card, debit card doesn't work into your country. We have lots of benefits and tools that we can use into this free account. Now let's go into the recipient section. Usually the recipient section is to the people account details. You're ready to send money to, let's say, local and recurrent people, buyers, sellers that you make transactions with. Let's say, for example, that I contract a freelancer to make some, I don't know, maybe to do some stuff for videos, whatever, and then I pay this guy monthly. So what is really helpful for me is to add the account here into the recipient so I can send money monthly and I don't have to input the information month by month. So by doing that, you can always go here into the add recipient. So let's say that I can go with someone else. And now it's going to be asking you usually what kind of currency you send to your, in this case, your buyer or your seller. Let's say, for example, that I send Argentine peso, the email, the bank details, the full name of the account holder, the account number. In this case, since it's from Argentina, it's going to be asking you for a CBU number, the tax ID, and you confirmed that information. Now you have created your very first recipient. Now moving on into the next step, we have the managed here. Now here into the managed, you can go into your account details to receive payments like if this was local. This one is going to be sending us directly into which account would you like to change or update. Remember, we talked about the personal and the business account. Since we don't have access to the business account depending on the country you're currently living, I can go and downgrade to the personal account. This one is going to be asking you where you're currently living. For example, let's say that we are still from Mexico City. If we have a personal account, maybe we are not able to focus into the personal account. As you can see, there's no restrictions in here. So you just add your personal details, your whole address, and hit now into save. So your account is now been successfully created, and you can change from business account later on. Lastly, we have the earned MX here. This is the amount of money that you can get when somebody receives the invitation of the Wise account. When somebody gets their very first sending money, you're going to be earning this amount of money, and this guy as well. So you can see the referral money here into the invitation section. and you have to enter a referral link. If you of course forgot to sign up with an actual link, you can add it in here. You and your friend will be a step closer to referral rewards and all that. So with that being said, guys, now moving on into the actual next section, which is the funding your account. So what I want to be doing here is to close my account and logged in into another account that we actually made a few transactions. So you can see like an example of what you can do into Wise and how it's going to be looking when you have done several transactions. Here we are into the home section. What we wanted to do in order to fund money here into Wise so we can send to another account, even to ourselves, but with other let's say another transfer. What I wanted to do is to go here into open or choose the option that says send money. Usually it's going to be asking you from what account to other account you wanted to send your money. So what I want to do first of all is to go back and open my very first account. So I'm going to hit into let's go. Which account would you like to do? Let's go into the personal account. Now it's going to be asking you to tell us about yourself. So choose the country once again you're currently living that you have stated into your ID. And here I'm going to input all my information. I'm going to skip this part, of course. Then once you added all your personal information about your banking account, you might be seeing something like this. What is the actual amount of money that you wanted to send? Whether that would be from the same currency or international. If I choose the same currency, it's going to be showing you, of course, what is the recipient get exactly. Go into, in this case, for example, USD dollars. And let's say that I wanted to send my very first $100. So if I send this amount of money, the same currency, to whatever kind of account they're going to be sending, of course, it doesn't matter if this guy is from Africa or Spain or Argentina or Mexico or Canada. The amount of money that this guy is going to be receiving is exactly the same. So as you can see, here's the connected bank account fee, the hour fee, the fee that they're going to be charging up, and the total fees from this and this plus. So you can check out here the payment methods. For example, this is from a debit card, credit card should be a little bit more, and a wire transfer. With that information, if you want to send exactly $100, you must pay a little bit more for the actual total fees. So that means you're going to be sending $103 with 05 cents. If you're okay with that, hit now into continue so you can input your actual banking information in order to send that amount of money. It's going to be asking you who are you sending the money to. As you can see, we have a bunch of accounts, so I don't want to focus a lot on that. Let's say that we don't have added any recipient yet, so that's the reason why I wanted to choose new recipient. So once again, if this is for yourself, choose myself, someone else, business, or charity. In this case, let's go for someone else. Once again, it's going to be asking you for email. I know their bank details, the full name, the information of this one, curve, and all of that, depending on what is the actual country. If you don't know the bank details, you don't want to enable this one, but it's going to be really, really important to enter the email address in the email field. So you're going to be receiving an email request to the bank details once we pay for the actual transfer. So import the full name for the account holder and the recipient's preferred language. So really important, guys, that this other person has an actual Wise account if you want to send money international. So really, really important to do that. Hit now to confirm and your money should now be sent. So if you wanted to fund money for yourself, let's go only for myself. In this case, it will be our own information, the Clave in this case, and the corp. Hit now into confirmed, and this is going to be asking you to charge what amount of money you wanted to get charged for your actual account, and your money should now be funded. Now, as you can see, we do have a lot, but truly a lot of currencies available in here. If you wanted to open a new one, go for open. And it's going to be asking you what is the currency would you like to be open and what is the actual main reason. For example, for send, receive, and spend money, or you wanted to set aside money from whenever you need it. So that's totally optional for you. In this case, let's go for open a balanced. And it's going to be showing you the currencies of the account details that are available for you. In this case, let's say that we have Taiwan, we have the Uruguayan, Ukrainian, South Korean, and much more. Since I added truly a lot of currencies, I don't want to add anything so far. So if I go back into my account, you can see that we already have a few currencies that have been enabled. I have Australian dollars, I have Canadian dollars, euros, British pounds, and all of that. So if I wanted to send currency and a specific currency to someone else, I just needed to choose the currency, and then what I want to do is to go into and then it's going to be asking you to add money to your balance. So that means I'm going to be hitting into add the amount to add into my Wise. Let's say, for example, my very first 100 Canadian dollars. And lastly, here we have the verification process and how would you like to pay, with a debit card, with another debit card, a credit card, an Interac e-transfer, domestic wire transfer, or an online bill pay. It should be appearing here the total fees that appears, for example, 2 and 30 Canadian dollars. I believe that the most easy way and cheap to pay is with a credit and an actual direct debit card, but we needed to pay with a direct debit by connecting your Canadian bank account with Wise should arrive in seconds. In this case, we don't have a Canadian account, so that's the reason why you wanted to choose a debit card and pay $2, which in this case, it's not so much money. After that, hit into continue to the payment and your money should now be enabled into Wise. Now, let's say that I wanted to send money to someone else. In this case, let's go for send money. The huge green button says send money. Once again, we are here with the actual international or the same currency. Let's say that I wanted to send $100. I'm going to hit now into United States dollars, but I want the recipient to get Argentine peso. So that means here that this guy is going to be receiving 33. So that means that this guy is going to be receiving 33941.92. And I hit now into continue. Now, as you can see, they have temporarily stopped the transfer from RAS. I am not sure what's going to be happening there, but you can try to use another kind of dollar just for this tutorial. And as you can see, it's going to be showing me what is the actual fees. The total fee is only $1, which I think is really awesome. So at the end of the day, this guy is going to be receiving only $98, a little bit more than that. So hit now to continue. The warranty rate is 8 hours. You can choose a new recipient if you are willing to continue and choose someone else, and you send your money directly. Now, if you go here into your transactions into the home section, you can see that your money is going to be appearing in here. For example, let's say that I received this money and then I sent this directly into my bank account. So I can see that I have sent exactly this amount of money on Wednesday. My transfer has been completed. If I go here into details, it's going to be showing me my recipient type, the bank code, the clave here, the fee, the recipient, and it doesn't took me like a lot of money, the transaction number. Really important, guys, just in case you wanted to talk with Wise, so you have any problems there, you have a transaction number down in here. So you wanted to copy and paste that information if you have any question there. Lastly, what I can do if I have money, if I received money here into Wise and I wanted to send this directly into my bank account. Well, the actual answer to that is just to figure out what is the actual currency that they actually pay you for. Let's say, for example, that I received a Canadian dollar and I wanted to receive this into my banking account. The problem is that my banking account works with Mexican peso, not with Canadian dollar. So that means that what I want to do is to hit into received. And then what I want to do is to transform my Canadian dollar into Mexican peso. So then later on I can choose, let's go here into the currencies. I have the Mexican peso. And I wanted to go here into send my money. Of course, I don't have any money here into balance, of course. And this is the part where I want to go into managed. If I go into managed, I can see that I have my Wise TAC, donations, direct debits, and account details. The account details, when I created an actual currency, is going to be showing me my own information to receive the money from a banking account into the United States. For example, here's my account number, the wiring routing number, the account number, the checking, and the actual Wise address. This is going to be helping us a lot, but truly a lot, to receive the money when somebody wants to pay us into USD. So sort of saying that we are having like our very first account, banking account into the USD, regulated by the actual Wise. So this is how, guys, we can use Wise to send money, to receive money, and to organize all our stuff here into Wise. As you can see, it is actually much more affordable to use Wise rather than other places like PayPal or Payoneer and all of that information. So with that being said, guys, we have now reached to the very end of the video, but don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you find this video useful for you guys, so you can start sending in this your money international way with lots of currencies. There are much currencies available each month. So hopefully, if you have in a specific, let's say a weird currency, and you wanted to see this directly into Wise, maybe you can see this into the very next month or in a few months later. So thank you so much for watching the video, guys. We cannot wait to see how you can use this great application. Once again, you have the link down below in the description. And well, guys, I see you on the next video.